Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to Kenshi, Birth of a Hive. So, last episode, I was trying to build the smithing district, and I managed to get the iron hive and the gatehouse combined. All it really took was the setting down of this single hive shack. I did it off camera so as to not bore you all, but yep, it is pretty easy. So we're going to continue this smithing district, but it has prompted me to think of one more thing. So, Cassian mentioned that I could use an armory, and I entirely agree. So the idea is we'll have a smithing district here. We'll have a farming district maybe over here where it looks nice and flat. I'm going to be keeping crops and non-edibles like cotton separate. We'll probably end up growing hemp around here as well. Speaking of which, let's, before we go any further, go to farming, and we're going to want a well. I'm going to set this well up. I guess it really doesn't matter. It's like 80% water no matter where I put it. So let's have the well nestled into the tailoring here. Now, eventually the well can be automated, but for now it's going to be manual. And then let's put a water tank in here as well, disregarding the tree placement entirely, apparently. Yeah, that ought to work. That's some additional plates. And then we will want some hemp farms as well. We're going to keep hemp and cotton up here. So farming. Let's go down to hemp. Now, I constantly get questions about why I haven't done rice yet. Rice will not grow in this biome without some sort of hydroponics. It's just the wrong sort of environment for rice, which is why I have not yet touched it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to place this and then rotate it because it allows me to place it a little bit tighter. So hemp farm, and I think just 2 and 2 should be fine. We don't need that many fabrics. Confirm, and then click this. Change the orientation about 90 degrees, if I could, like that. And let's make sure it's not leaning all sorts of weird. In fact, we can make it straight up and down. I don't want to get too obsessive about how nicely laid out everything is. We also are going to need, for now, this is totally temporary, we are going to need some food storage up here because everybody up here is in some state of starving. So food store, I'm just going to plop it right in the middle where this tree is, hoping to get rid of the tree. And that will allow us to feed some people that dreadfully need food. So speaking of which, let's go and have Queen here, who is one of the hungry, run get some goods. Red Rain, we're going to have you do that as well. Looks like because I've been removing stuff out of this area, a bunch of the trees are coming back. That's kind of funny. All right, so Red Rain is ready to bring a bunch of food up north. We will bring the meat wraps up north, leaving the rest down here. And that should keep them nice and fed. So we are closing in on... I wouldn't say closing them, but we are getting closer to having a sort of semi-finished smithing district, which is going to be really, really cool. And then I'll start working on the other districts. I'm going to need a hospital, a barracks, a bar. I mean, you name it, I'll probably end up adding it. So if you have ideas for different types of buildings to add, I am all ears and happy to take feedback from you all. Now, there was a little bit of feedback about... the use of the extended capacities mod. Maybe I'll end up getting rid of it. I think when I get to a point where I have a nice sort of input-output balance, I could probably end up getting rid of it. And but for now, I think it's somewhat necessary. So checking the keepers here, as you can see, all of their food numbers are increasing. For the most part, well, the ones that were hungry, which means we have in fact fed them. All right. So we've got the heavy armor smithy and the chainmail in here. We've got the... Let's go in here. We've got leather and cloth in this area. And I do plan on sort of breaking down the old bench that we had back there. So one of the things I'm going to want to do is to start bringing the materials that we have to. Oh, the animal skins. Bring the materials that we have to ditch from this crafting area and bring it up to the new one. So this station house eventually should be somewhat emptied by the time I'm done. So let's take a look at what we need to move. Some medical, some camping beds. I could just have them dump out of here. A bunch of motors. And electrical components. I'm just having them litter everything at this point. We'll do one big tidy up soon. Now, robotics, we could end up putting, it will be easier to grab this stuff with a pet. You would think that is part of a smithing district, but I think what I'm going to do is have research and robotics and stuff like that be its own separate district. All right, so Red Rain, you are full up. For now, I'm going to have the armor smiths. It's funny that we're making the lockboxes only to almost immediately break them back down. But what I was going to say is it's funny that we are building those lockboxes. Yeah. So let's see, thorns. That is a whole lot of leather that we have. I didn't realize we had that kind of leather. Animal skins. And then the pants. I think these pants could probably be burned up at this point. I mean, it seems a bit of a waste, but I would very much like everybody in the base, even the pacifist crafters, to end up utilizing... Beep, I'm going to need you for a second. End up utilizing armor. Because there really is no telling when they're going to get attacked by all sorts of different bugs or spiders or whatever. So, you know, if I manage to empty this out, yeah, we can then break down the station house. So, yeah, we're pretty close to having an empty station house, which is pretty cool. And we'll have Thorns bring this stuff back home. To new home. Alright. And then, of course, there is the... Oh, there's some spiders around. Yeah, we have a dire need of additional plates. But we have some building materials stored up, which is good. Alright, Mr. Thorns. We need to get into the armory. Here. Drop off the leather, which now stacks up to a obscene amount. And then, for now, I'm just going to ditch the armor storage. I'm going to ditch all the Hive armor in here. Now, most of the high-grade stuff could probably be ignored. At this point, we're making mostly specialist, and I can just sell the high-grade. But, again, right now, I'm not that worried about that kind of stuff. I'm just, big picture, trying to get the base moved. So let's take a look in here. So we've got some motors, electrical components, some iron plates. Iron plates should be hauling to storage here, I think. We'll have pillars start to haul those. As far as tech goes, we are no longer researching anything. I do have some additional tech items. As you can see, I have 2 more AI cores and 1 book. So let's take a look. So as far as smithing goes, advanced medicine would be something I could definitely do, but I don't feel like I need it. Same with the splints, because we do have some. I could do an AI core to hydroponics, but again, I don't really need Bryce all that badly. So I think it really comes down to the Hive skeleton arms would be phenomenal, but that costs 2 cores. Another thing I'm saving up for is the edge walkers. So I'm going to save those cores and hopefully put them towards edge walkers. I think that's what I had decided before, but I continued to decide that as well. Alright, Red Rain and Thorns, let's have you go grab a bunch of building materials and bring that over. And soon we will have this starter base just be literally that. It will be just a little guard post something. I don't want to destroy all the buildings because then the footprint of our entire base will collapse in on itself like a dying black hole, but most of the original buildings are going to get removed. That's a pretty healthy amount of building materials that I have stockpiled up there. That's good. Even looks like Crab is doing some, oh yeah, smithing. Okay. Let's see here. So the refinery here, I'm going to turn it off so we no longer construct. And that allows the iron plates that we're making to be utilized elsewhere. Louis, you absolutely built yourself into a corner. That is rather hilarious. Now, what's the cool thing is, because we've combined the bases, the storage that we have over here is treated no differently than the storage we have over here, which means that these hemp farms, for instance, are being built using the resources that we had stored way over yonder, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Once we treated this base like one large space, you know, we don't. It is definitely a lot easier to sort of organize. So these iron plates, we're gonna get rid of those storages. Alright, Droiden. Yeah, let's have you just keep lockpicking. Alright, so these boxes are going to get broken down, unfortunately, but at least we recover the materials and we'll be able to put them back elsewhere. I'm not too worried about the, about losing some of the precursor grog, but the post-cursor grog, the grog that we have, I don't want to lose. Alright, so Angel, you're currently cooking food cubes. I guess that's fine. But what I really want you to do, I don't know what I really want you to do. I want you to put your meat away and get the grog out of these barrels. I'd like to break down this building in preparation for moving a lot of the facilities over. So, grog's gone. Grog machine, one grog's fine. And then this battery banks I'm going to leave for now, but my power is pretty low. In fact, I'm just picking on someone random. Hollow, you are going to manage this this generator for now. Eventually, people have the jobs that they want, and not just any old jobs. But for now, I have to be a little picky about who has what job. Now, there's been a lot of talk about doing strength training, and I don't plan on hauling around heavy loads to strength train. I said that initially, and will continue to say that. That is not how I want to strength train. But what I will do some training, quote unquote, but it won't be just cheesy hauling things in a big old circle or something like that. That's not something I'll ever intend to do. So don't worry, I don't need feedback for strength training whatsoever. I fully know how I want to manage it. Alright, let's make Iron Hive open to the public. Nice, there's a tree growing right through my hut. Now another thing I wanted to do in here would be the throne. Do I need a throne platform though? I mean, maybe I want one. And I'll have it sort of sitting in the middle of the room. Alright, and Jert, we can have you be the engineer for now, because the steel refinery is pretty constructed. Okay, so it looks to me like some of this farm over here, I know there's a lot of trees in the way, some of this farm over here is ready to be managed. So let's see who could do that. Little Kurt Ronster. Just taking a moment. I'll leave time to roll on. So Meat Pants was our original farmer. We'll have him start managing over here. That means let's grab Meat Pants, put him to keepers. I'm going to absolutely remove all things from here. And have them manage these. Then the well. And the tank. It's not a lot of work right now. But I'm sure it will get added to. Alright, looks like our power generation's back up too. That's good. And as you can see, people are starting to haul, put things away, etc. Once we get that iron refinery upgraded, that will be really, really nice as well. Looks like the miners that we have are doing a really good job keeping one iron refinery stocked, full iron. But if we reach a case where, where is Meat Pants? Come on, Meat Pants. What are you doing? Oh, it's because I don't have water over here? Wait, where are you running to? I'm sort of curious where he's heading. Operating machine. What are you up to? Oh, he's grabbing water from over there. Okay, well, sure. Alright, and then Dig wants to be our food farmer. That's totally fine. Oboro, you are making a whole bunch of... No, you're just standing there at this point. Alright, forget the arrow bench. That's another thing in my weapon district will be crossbows, but right now I'm going to use Oboro's backpack to empty out this building full of stuff that we don't want or need. And the sleeping bags will automatically get put in medical storage. That's just something that people do. Everything else I'm just going to dump out here. I know it's littering. We'll eventually sort through it. It's just easier for me to break down buildings if I can dump it all out like this. So I think I need a building for the robotics. So let's get one built. So we've been using houses. Maybe I'll do... Yeah, I'll just keep doing houses. I know it makes all the buildings sort of look the same, but... Alright, so we'll have another district back here. I'm going to angle this outwards like this. And that's going to be robotics. And Oboro is hauling over some motors. Of course, he's going to be slow in doing that. It's funny how we haven't even built the shack, and yet it combines the two hives. Alright. I'm not going to worry about littering yet. Because I would like to start cranking out some arms, replacement arms for those that lost them. And then once we have most of the base moved over, I can then properly sort of... Alright, Droiden, you're no longer going to be training. I can properly sort of organize and clean up and all that jazz. Alright, you are going to go up there as well. And I'm just going to pick on you, Oboro, again. He's bringing it to the storage. Yeah, it's fine. This copper storage is probably going to move a lot closer to the copper resource. No. Oboro, get back here. There we go. Alright, so now it's just lights. That's pretty straightforward to clean up. Oh, this station house. You served me well for a long, long time. And now, I'm shutting down the lights. Yeah, he hid. Okay. Station house destroyed. There's still items left in the inventory. Let me see if that's actually true. I don't see any. So I'm going to destroy it even though I am getting the warning. And that drops a bunch of foul meat on the ground. Okay. Now this dome here is going to be easy to shut down. There's actually not a whole lot in here in terms of construction. Not anymore, at least. Where are you running off to? And what I'm planning on doing is having some sort of central station house as a sort of entry to the whole base complex here. I'll put a station house right around there where my farms currently are. And that way, the people that are guarding the hive, or really, most of the guards for the hive will be huddled around the center of the hive, so that when we have bugs or spiders or whatever, or even you know, even the lost howlers, we can fight them. But for incoming raids, I want to stage this area properly for raids. Now, I did say that I'm not going to use walls for sort of protection, but I will use them to sort of funnel enemies to where I want them, but I'm not going to use them to, like, wall out enemies. Alright, so the foul meat is what we're really lacking over there. So let's go grab some foul meat here. And I might end up having... Oh, we ate it. Nasty. What I might end up having to do is kill river raptors and beak things for more foul meat, because it is a building material that we find ourselves in dire need of constantly. Alright, so the stone processor up there is done, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's bring this foul meat up. And that means that the stone processor that we had constructed over yonder can get broken down, which will free up a whole lot of iron plates. Now, the process of running back and forth, although a little nauseating, is definitely going to level up our ability to construct and run and all that. You know, the athletics and strength are just increasing because if we're well armored like we are, it's not strength training, it's just we're wearing heavy armor and we have to, you know, run around. Okay, so Burrow's done with that. I keep picking on him though. So I think what I'll do is the stuff like electrical components and building materials, it would actually be helpful if we had some storage here. So let's go do that. So what I'll do is a meat storage, and this is just so I can clean up more easily. Electrical component storage, building materials. That might be about it, and we'll get that constructed, and then we'll tell everyone to haul to it. This is definitely a task for Thorns, and Red Rain is starting to empty out these cottons. That's a lot of cotton. And this is going to the tailoring district, which is, oh, look at me pants, over here. So, Red Rain. And Thorns. We'll drop this off. So part of the farming district will also have like dining room sort of common area like this. It's also going to have the ranch for the animals. So the animals are going to get a home. They're going to have some sort of semi-permanent home soon. Oh my god, that is so much hemp. Why do I have this much hemp? I have no idea. Productive farming. That's all I got to say. Alright, so some of that storage is done. I'll get people to tidy up the original base there in a second. Thor, could I borrow you a minute? I just need to be able to see in here. All right, Thor, I have a crazy job for you. You're going to haul to hemp. And in fact, all of you are going to haul to hemp. So forget following meat pants. Haul to hemp. They're going to take individual loads of hemp from the box down there. And I'm also going to do that with the new guys. This will very much level up their athletics. Yeah, a little cheesy the way I'm leveling up, but you know what? When you're new, you got to catch up somehow, right? All right, let's see if I can click the hemp. There it is. Right on through the building. All right, so the new guys, Blizzard, Dakotist, and Phoenix. We will have you haul to hemp storage. As you can see here, if you take a look at them, they're taking... some of them are just still following. Forget meat pants. They're just going to grab individual handloads of hemp and run it back and forth like some sort of evil relay. But if you are looking to artificially train, that's honestly a pretty good way. Just gonna throw it out there. Now some of them that are idle here, I'm just gonna have them tidy up the area so that the building materials components get put away. And that way we're not losing anything. Alright, there we go. Now I dumped all that hemp out, and they'll start hauling it. The challenge is, of course, alright, these looms here, I don't even care about what's in them. I know. Definitely wasteful to just throw it, but we have so much fabric, it's not that big of a deal. Actually, let's all haul to a fabric. So, cookie. Little cookie monster. Let's put all the fabric in there. Wow, that was quick. Alright, what do we have? We have hinges. We have training stuff over here. Is any one of you... Okay, heresy you do. Just wear that leather vest. Alright, so this hive dome just has batteries in it. This item furnace, I know has 1 iron, but I'm just going to break it down. Now, at this point, taking a look, my wheat is building up pretty high as well. But I'm definitely, regardless of all the work I'm putting them all through, I'm definitely making sure that people get fed. Alright, so this building got built. This building was going to be, or is going to be, the robotics. So let's put some crafting in there. So this will also be the electrical components bench as well. So hiver skeleton limb we'll put back there with some interior stools. Where am I going? Hive stool and some lights. Storage for robotics. So I'm also going to want storage for the components that go into robotics. So I'm going to need a lot of storage, in other words. So I'm going to line this wall full of varieties of storage because there's a lot of different little things that go into robotics. And then we'll also have storage for electricals and for copper, which should not block the door. Now, copper pretty much just goes into electrical components. It has some other uses. Some things use raw copper. But for the most part, I'm going to want to keep the copper over here, which is kind of a long run from where we mine it. But that's just how it's going to be. So now, let's go back to crafting. I want an electrical workbench, maybe next to where the copper is. And again, put lights over that. And then another thing I'm going to want to do in here is I'm going to put my battery banks in here as well. I think it makes sense to go batteries into the robotics building. Or, no, maybe I'll put it in the research building. All right, so we'll confirm that. I'm going to have another building here, another hive house. And this one is going to be a research building. And then I also want a library building. You all voted that I should collect rare tomes and things. So we'll also want library. But I'm definitely I'm definitely running out of raw meat. So library, and then so we want research, library, and I'm trying to think. Robotics. There was something else. Well, for now, that's good. We'll get that set up. I'm going to have to send a contingency to go kill some big things for some fowl meat, but I just want to tidy up the best I can first. I'd also love to start working on getting the robotics all set up, too. That would be really, really good. Alright, so green and Knave. I'm just giving people all sorts of weird jobs here. They're going to be hauling to the robotics and electricals, and that means the motors and all the electrical components should be all set. Heresy. Where is Heresy? Heresy, I want you to start manufacturing robotics. We have a lot of people that need arms, so it would be good if we got some arms. Alright, so taking a look here, this is the economy bench. Crafting. Oh, maybe that's all I can do. I also need a robotics bench as well for the components. And I want to keep that well lit as well. Alright, so this bench here, it's just steel bars and motors goes into limbs, and we are going to make a few spare limbs. With Heresy. And once we get the, the additional iron refinery is up and running, so that means I'm happy to bring steel back online. But we might need even another steel refinery, crazy enough. Because of how much steel everybody uses. We're using steel for the weaponsmith, we're using steel for the chainmail. Soon I want to not use steel for the chainmail. So actually, or rather, my armor, I would rather make heavy armor. So in that regard, let's do a plate beating station. Because we will have some raw iron. For storage here, we'll want armor plating. And I'm also going to need to get the looms cranking for fabrics. So I'm going to need a sort of someone that does that full time. Okay, over here, let's see. I really need more fuel. Now, right now, our distillery... Yeah, let's just dump all the fuel out. Nope. Alright, minus, you take it. Leave one fuel in. We're going to want, like, a proper fueled district over here soon. Because things are not getting powered the way they need to be. Alright, the plate beating station is done. Do we even have any blackened chainmail yet? I don't think we do. Oh yeah, we do have one piece. Ooh, and it's masterwork. That is great. Good job, Snowy. That's incredible. Yeah, so I would say, not that I'm picking favorites here, but Ron is definitely has the most carry weight and could use such an armor. So as you can see, if we take a look at the benefits here, it does hurt combat speed a little bit and dex a little bit, but it has 100% coverage of chest and stomach, which means it will be a lot harder to be killed all of a sudden from a chest hit, which is quite important if you ask me. Alright, Heresy, what is going on with you? You are waiting for iron bars. Well, when you're idle, go sit on that stool. The robotics bench, also, we could do robotic components and stuff like that. Wait, what are you even... Oh, yeah, we're actually making one. We're making economy arms. Now, they're going to suck, but it is training. And, you know, that counts for something, I suppose. Looks like I'm going through a lot of iron plates. That's good. I'm okay with this. We're getting some MK3 weapons, which is very nice. Alright, I think what I'm going to want to do is to try to clean up the base over here some more. So we have a bunch of iron plates that need storage. And then we'll have all these people that are idle haul to it. Alright, that's getting nicely cleaned up. As you can see, the hemp is whittling down. They're moving it. Arrow making, I don't even care what's in there. Fabrics. All these fabrics can then become... Oh, yeah. You are set to haul... One of you guys. Cookie, you're set to haul the fabrics. Instead of that, I'm going to dump all these fabrics out and have the new guys haul Blazer, Deco, and Phoenix. And this is so that they're not so slow compared to the rest of the group. They are going to haul 2 fabrics. Do I even have fabric storage here? I do believe I do. Yeah, there we go. So now they're going to haul, by hand, they're hauling the hemp and the fabrics. And as you can see, I don't have backpacks on them, and that actually works to my favor. And then also, they are somewhat encumbered because they're wearing armor, so that also helps. So in fact, Louis, you're going to give up that armor to Dak here. And then Dak's going to be all the slower for it. He's just standing around. Okay, well, whatever. I can't micromanage everybody perfectly all the time. What else needs tidying up? So this stuff is for training, which would be something likely we add to the barracks. Everything in here I'm going to leave alone for now. We do need a food district, but I think it's about time that I also do a bit of a trade run. We have a whole lot of things that I don't need. And we could tidy them up a bit. So Red Rain and Thorns, let's get you loaded up. So just armors that I'm not going to wear, and gear that I'm not going to use, will have to sell. And the grog. Of course, the grog. And then I have to outfit a group of people to go kill some big things and to go sell some of the stuff to probably World's End. Alright. What else is around this base that I don't intend to keep? Maybe that might be about it. There's actually not too much. Alright, so the swarm here is going to be my battle group. So that means queen. Let's remove you from all that stuff. Okay. So queen is ready to lead a group. Hella and Frenchie, both. Hella, you could use some additional. I'm removing all their jobs so they're not tempted to do anything weird. I guess they're both medics. Let's see. Hella, you'll run over here. Frenchie, you too. I don't know why I'm removing splint rigging. That's probably a mistake, but whatever. Green, you got some ammo. Beep. Now this is not going to be a quick run. We are pretty encumbered with some of these guys. So Ron looks to be running at 21. So it's just 21 and up is what we'll aim for. Or maybe 20 and up. We'll have Jordan come too. Jay, you are our constructor, so I'm going to have to ditch you when I need things built. Look to Jay. Alright, so this is a start. Let's have you take these bolts, and then we can just destroy this whole bolt box. I suppose I can grab the hashish too. And then I'll destroy this hemp processor. And then this hash here, we'll go sell. We'll destroy this as well. Alright, Sang Healy, you are 17 miles an hour. Let's see, who else is fast? Knave, you're going to join us? Not picking favorites. I'm just interested in moving soon and not taking too long. Louis, you don't even have armor. Honey, you want to join us? I stole his armor, so it's my fault, but whatever. Hollow, you're good to go. Although you were managing the generator, but whatever. Hopefully we have enough stuff for that to be okay. Sweet, where's Hollow? I feel like I was staring at him. These guys aren't in any semblance of an order. Oh, here you are. Alright, Thor, you're coming with. Oboro, you're coming with too. And then the people that I'm leaving behind are just going to help out with the with protecting the group. Cookie, you'll no, I'm gonna leave Cookie behind. She's got a big bag, so it'll be helpful. Minus, you'll come along, won't you? Soon this will be a lot easier. Once I have people in sort of dedicated roles and some sort of base organization, it won't be... Assembling the Avengers won't take me a year and a day. Yes, Ray as well. Seeing Healy as well. Talon, yeah, sure, why not? You might get walloped on pretty hard, because you're not set for the kind of combat we're headed to. The new guys are going to sit this one out. They need to build up their running ability anyway. Pillar, you're good to go. And does that make... How many people are in this squad now? 19, okay. One more. Oh, this is trouble. It's not a good candidate. Cookie? Even though you have a big bag, Cookie, I'm going to have you join us. All right, there we go. We're all moving at about 20 or higher, greater, rather. We're going to follow Jordan. And there are already some enemies for us to contend with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get to dry land over here and then fight them. Clearing out the entrance. Man, there's a lot. Honey, where are you coming? Staying close to me, Pants, and hauling the hemp. Wait, where are you going? Ray should be coming. But Honey, you're not even part of this group. Oh no, maybe you are. You are. I'm a dummy. Alright, so who's missing? Nobody. I got everyone. Alright, let me go through their jobs real quick. Making sure that nobody has any jobs that are going to cause them harm. So taking them all off of, clearing all their job priorities so they don't go running back to base unexpectedly or something silly like that. Hollow, you shouldn't be unranged, right? No. So I think the taunting is just going to be done with the dudes that are like armed to the teeth. Hold. Everybody hold. Oh, they're already shooting someone. Who are you shooting? Red Rain, you're going to go eat or something, I'm guessing? Alright, let's get through the rest of these job before I unpause it, because they're kind of going mad. Alright, so Thor, you're not taunting. Knave, Droid, and Ron will taunt. Thorns and Red Rain will taunt. Beep will taunt. No one else taunts. Okay, ranged units. Who's got the food? Thorns, you got some food. You're going to give food to Queen. Queen, you're going to dole this food out as you see fit. That way people aren't going to go running. Let's go piss this thing off and bring our 3 soldiers out to go fight it. So you can see the... Oh no, Knave just took a... Oh, he does not wearing pants. Okay, no longer taunting. Knave, I didn't realize you were doing the no pants dance there. Had I known, I would have treated that a little differently. Alright, you guys, why are you doing what you're doing? Alright, fine. I'll let you go do whatever you're doing, because I'm... Oh, this guy got back up. Ron and Droiden, hop up in there. There we go. Alright, so grabbing and deactivating. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'll just grab this stuff with myself. As you can see, everybody is just enjoying sniping these dumb spiders that stop themselves. So who ran over there? Red and Oboro? Everybody's running over there now. Great. Queen, you're supposed to be doing some heals. Why is... Okay, everybody's ditching resources. Fine. I think my AI changed. Oh man, I have resources on a bunch of you guys. I see now the problems. We'll get going in just a sec. Once we get far enough away from the base, this will cease to be an issue. So Knave, you're still hopping around. Someone needs to splint you. Frenchie. Let's have you splint Knave up. All the people that should be healing, I'm just going to have splint rigging become a thing. Alright, so Knave, you're now as fast as Jordan, even though you have a hacked up leg. And a remote. Oh, here's another spider to loot. And yet another one. Things are busy. Howlers are busy killing everything around here, aren't they? Alright, Jordan, let's have you take us to World's End somewhat. We're also, and then on our way back, we'll hit up some big things for the fowl meat so I can do some more construction. Because I can't really organize the base if I don't have buildings to put stuff in. And now, if I select everybody, yep, they all highlight. I mean, we're being targeted or whatever by these iron spiders that just seemingly went under the under the world. But yeah, all right, we're on our way. So then, once we get there, we will we'll go ahead and sell our stuff, and then we'll make space for raw meat and fowl meat, so that we can build these buildings that they need some love. Okay, so heresy. There was a bit of a problem where the where are you going? Hang on a minute. Oh, you are grabbing steel. Okay. Where you don't really put limbs away. Oh, maybe I just need the proper storage. So hold on. Yeah. Robotics is not it. It is... Well, I could do a general chest. I thought there was a actual limb storage, but maybe I'm wrong. I think my last playthrough I was using a general chest. So I'll build a general chest. And have Heresy put the limbs she manufactures into them. And then I'll have to figure out who of my crew needs these limbs. So, first limb here is an economy left. And rage could go for that. Not a great limb. Obviously, it has a lot of penalties, but it's better than no limb, so. And now we're doing economy right. And maybe I'll only make the limbs I need. So let's see. I need a right for Silver Shade. And then Little Light already got Queen's Old left. And I do believe that is all that I need. So yeah, then the rest of what we'll grind out will just be like... maybe... I'm hoping to find something that isn't too expensive to make. Maybe motors, because it's iron plates. So we'll have her go to the bench next. Okay, cool. Swarm, let's get back to you. Thorns keeps getting stuck on terrain. Luckily, he's so fast, it's not that bit of a problem. I also should be on the lookout for a goat backpack and a bull backpack. It'd be good to get them leveled up. Ooh. Some beak things. All right, so now I'll just make note. There's a beak nest here at this triangular crossroads. So when I'm coming back with bag space for the fowl meat, I know exactly where to go. Oh, and there's plenty of them. There's 2 full nests going at it. Alright, so let's start cutting towards World's End. And check back up on the base here. So, the base up here is... Wait, Operating machine. Hall. Alright, I'm going to have all of them... hang on. Let's reorder this. There. Make sure that both iron plates are being equally treated. Alright, Jert. Let's see. New guy. Oh, you guys, all the new guys are just sort of standing around, aren't you? When you are idle, follow Meat Pants. Something that I want everyone to do. Scrap, you got nothing to work on because you're waiting on fabrics. Isn't there like a ton of fabrics right over here? Oh wait, wrong building. I'll get used to this eventually. Oh no, there really isn't. Where'd all those fabrics go? Someone, fee-fi-fo-fum, someone has the fabrics. I don't know who that person is, but it's probably on accident. Okay, no fabrics there. Well, that's not encouraging. Oh, they're right here. Okay, fabrics. Troller sauce. You're gonna grab a bunch of fabrics and go up here and drop them off. As you're gonna do the same. Now the one worry here is if I leave stuff sort of on the ground for too long, there is a distinct possibility that it could sort of disappear. I mean, I don't want that to happen. I think what's happening right now is there's just so many people are backed up with their jobs that that we haven't hauled it yet. But whatever the case may be, I can do it a little manually while everyone is moving. Although the swarm just got targeted, so I will want to pay attention to that in just a second. Alright, this should allow Crab to continue his weaponsmithing. And then Troll, you have some copper that we could use over here. Alright, what's going on? Who's getting attacked? It was a cannibal, just a cannibal free roaming, trying to eat me. You know how it is. But I'm fast food, so that poses a problem for them. There's sure a lot of them around. There's no shortage of babblers and shriekers and whatnot, but I'm on a mission. I don't really have a lot of inventory space. I could, I guess, monopolize some of the inventory space that my people have. Because Hella and Frenchie have a lot of run speed and a pretty decent amount of carry weight. But I generally speaking don't want to fill up to the brim because the issue is, let's say we have a scenario where we have to go rescue someone or carry someone. If I have everyone filled up to the brim, I'm either going to have to ditch a lot of loot or leave someone behind. Obviously, I'm not going to choose to leave someone behind, so we'll have to ditch a lot of loot. These guys are all cannibal hunters. They're not going to pay me. They're not going to attack me or anything like that. I'm going to free walk right through their territory. And we'll snake up the arm of Okran here to World's End. I do find it funny how at the north end of the Holy Nation, who absolutely loathe and prohibit technology, you've got the tech hunters that are just the very opposite. Seems funny to me. Like, opposite sides of a battery. So swamp turtle, swamp raptor, crab, raptor, skimmer, bone dog. I think we checked this guy before. I think we determined that the problem is I have non-standard backpack, or I have non-standard characters. Oh, but they're selling Garu, so I kind of take it back. Yeah, no, there is a possibility of me finding a goat or whatever backpack here, because they have a Garu one. All right, but that's not the only reason I'm here. I'm here also to sell some stuff. So, Red Rain. Hash is not illegal here, which is good. Not that I care about their laws so much. Alright. And pretty much everywhere else is closed for the hour, except for the bars. So we'll have to jump. We'll have to bar hop. Queen, you're the representative today. Okay, nothing. I'm resupplying the bar with grog. You're welcome, grog. Oh, actually this store is open. Guess they're open late, or 24/7 or something like that. So there's some iron plates that I might end up buying. Let me check the blueprints. They have the ancient science books, but as I always say when I see those things, I spawn them in, so I shouldn't buy them. I guess I'll buy the steel bars as well. That couldn't hurt. Well, now, I'm just about out of time, but I'm ready to go on our run for Beak Things so that I can obtain some more building materials and get the research district and then the farming district all set, and then set up the initial small island that we've been using as a base for so many hours as a defensive area, and then setting up the real base as a, well, real base. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, drop me a line. If you're a patron of mine or are interested in becoming a patron of mine, you can get a character named after you. I have the full waiting list and roster posted to my Discord, so if you're sort of curious how long it would take, the long and short of it is there are absolutely zero wait list for Western-styled characters, and there's not really a wait list for many of the animals either. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all later. Adios.